Hey up! Now then, welcome to you weren't expecting that, were you? Welcome to the second episode of the Off the Bar podcast with the returning me and Jordan. We also have not Chris this week.
Nope.
You've changed a
not
lot,
Chris.
mate. What's happened? Would you like to introduce yourself?
I grew up.
You grew up.
Yeah, I guess I
don't
grew
know
up.
about
Yeah, I don't know. I'm Jamie.
that. Yes, well done. And that's the end. No, it's not. Go on.
Thank you for
Bye.
listening.
Clearly a Leeds fan,
Yeah, I figured that was quite obvious.
fortunately.
You say clearly. I'm.
Well,
That's fine.
we've established that.
Yeah. It's clear unless you're listening to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a transfer special for you this week. We'll be going through some of the recent transfer news, and we have our quiz as well at the end. But first, let's go through the recent fixtures in the Premier League. Yeah. I can't remember which first.
So the first game was Arsenal versus Crystal Palace.
Arsenal Palace, absolute
Um,
demolition job from
Battering.
Arsenal, I'd say.
yeah, it
5-0.
kind of felt like Arsenal finally picking up their stride again. They've been
Yeah.
a little bit under par.
Kind of
recently.
just floating, coasting. What's the word? Coasting through?
Yeah, Kirsten.
Oh, I was interested to see what other word you were going to come
I
up
don't
with.
really know what that is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was going with that.
They seem to. Ironic, really, to say that I think they probably still need a striker because they really didn't have that much when it was in that kind of area. But
Yeah.
the wingers finally carrying themselves a bit better, scoring from corners, set pieces, particularly.
Oh, the way Palace was set up on corners, I don't know who their set piece coach is, but he needs to be fired.
I mean, I swear Palace used to be good at corners. Like, that used to be one of their main things. Like,
Roy
their
Hodgson,
Stoke and West Ham, like, all corner and set piece specialists, but not anymore, apparently.
I wouldn't say that they are anymore. No, they were, and it's not even just. I'd like to say, well, it was well worked. It really wasn't. Like,
No.
especially the second one that they scored from the corner.
Oh.
It floated over literally everyone. He's about a yard out, and he puts it in the back of the net. It was.
Didn't like deflect off another Palace defender who like nodded in.
No, I think
Oh no, that was a
everybody
different corner
missed
that
it.
didn't go in. That was another terribly defended corner.
So it could have been 6-0.
Yeah,
Should have been
it
a lot
was.
more.
It was pretty bad overall, really, and 2 goals in added time just to really thump it home.
Yeah.
Good finishes, though, by Martinelli.
Yeah, they were the same goal.
Identical goals.
Yeah.
But I mean, a goal's a goal. Is a goal is a goal.
That's
I mean,
true.
what else is there to say
It
about the game,
really
really?
wasn't that close at any point during the game.
I don't know, where are Palace in the league?
Palace after that game are 15th.
So they're just above the
They're only 5 points off the relegation zone.
Hodgson
this
out.
point.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they've been wanting that for ages.
Yeah,
Why did they rehire him?
he did all right when he first came in. They
He
started
always
playing some
does.
nice football, and then they did what Roy Hodgson does best, which is fall off completely.
Hodgson ball.
He's too
Great.
stubborn. He won't change it. That's what it is. But they could actually be in danger of getting relegated. Like I said, they're only 5 points above.
I like Palace. I hope that doesn't happen.
I like Palace, but they are terrible right now.
Yeah.
So I'd say they're in some real danger.
Definitely, especially if... Well, it depends on what happens with this financial fair play again with Everton and
That's true.
Forest.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah,
Everton get another 10 points
Yeah,
deducted,
I mean,
like, that's 20 points down for them.
I think Sheffield are down. I don't see any way that they don't go down at this point. They've been horrendous. And I think obviously if Everton do get the financial fair play, they're going to struggle. And then there's like one other spot up for grabs, maybe 2. But Luton and Burnley have both been bad. They've both been pretty bad.
Horrible,
but
yeah. I would.
so have a lot of the teams in the bottom half of the table.
Luton have picked up some, like, shock results, though.
But like Brentford haven't been great. Obviously they've got Ivan Toney back now, so they might do a bit better. But Palace have been bad. Forest have been bad.
If they can keep Tony.
That's true.
We'll get to that.
They won't sell him in January.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Not
but-
for less than probably something stupid like 100 mil.
Yeah, that's true.
Fulham, decent. Bournemouth, great play style.
Yeah, it just feels like I don't know if Everton get the points deduction, Palace probably stay up because Everton probably go down because of that. Because lost another 10 points and that's massive, right?
That's crazy.
Whereas if not, it's going to be one place between Luton, Burnley, Palace, Forest, maybe Brentford, depending on if they keep Tony.
So,
right?
Sorry, go on.
Well, if there's only one place there, if Brentford do lose Tony, they're definitely in that little section.
Oh yeah.
Teams that could get relegated.
This whole FFP situation. I'm no finance expert or anything, but apparently Chelsea and Man City don't exist now because
Man City have got a date for theirs, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't know about Chelsea. I mean,
Oh, we're fine.
you sure?
Oh, we're fine.
Probably big teams or.
Oh, we're fine.
Should we move on to the next game?
Yeah,
We've got Brentford Forest next, I think.
Yep.
that was actually one of the better games.
It was.
I'd say. There was a lot going on. It was exciting end to end. Obviously, a lot of scrappy football defensively, maybe.
Oh, good, yeah. Game of two attacking teams.
Yeah, Tony's return to football. They actually, I don't know if you saw on his way in, they like, it was like a WWE entrance. It
was
John Cena's theme.
no
Undertaking, wasn't it?
It was
Really?
the Undertaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Have you not seen it?
Oh.
They played the
No,
Undertaker's
Yeah,
music.
You chatting out
literally.
shit.
No.
They
Yeah,
played
no.
the Undertaker's music.
Watch
chatting
it.
shit, I don't
Find
believe you.
clip of watching.
I'm
It's great.
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now.
Get there. So that happened.
Yeah.
That genuinely happened.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing, to be honest. But
Hype mongers.
Agreed with the away fans chanting in that clip.
yeah,
What the fucking hell is that?
Agree.
it was But he did then come back and score a goal, so I don't know.
It
Maybe
moved the ball on the free kick though.
yeah,
Cheating little.
yeah. So for anyone who didn't see, when going to take the free kick, the referee did his little spray in front of the ball, moved back away from it to go and like sort out the wall, and Ivan Toney picks up the ball, moves it to the side of the spray, and then moves some of the spray so it doesn't look like it's moved.
I don't know how he got away with that.
I don't know how he got away with it.
The referee just
I think it's fantastic.
cheated bastard.
I think it's top tier shithousery,
Yes.
and I'm here for it.
You've been a
Still the second best goal that game though, because Danilo scored that beautiful cushion volley.
That's pretty-
What about?
That's
I'd say third. Okay, Neil Maupay's goal.
Oh,
Morpay's goal.
Third best goal.
Danilo's was a better goal. Morpay's was better technique, I'd say. Morpay's felt more like it went exactly where he wanted it to. Danilo kind of just
Hashed
smacked it and it went in.
So yeah, free kick was the third best goal. Danilo,
That says quite a lot.
Morpay's. Danilo's goal's better in my opinion.
His free kick goes. That wall was just shite.
But again, he did move it like a good foot to the right.
I mean, the wall surely saw him move the ball. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
hit the wall,
they-
you also then
Yeah.
move a bit, right?
Yeah,
to cover that
absolutely.
off.
You'd think so, but I guess they didn't think so.
Guess
But
not.
it was a good game anyways, and a good return for Ivan Toney. I don't think he moves in January. Do you think he goes in the summer?
In the summer, probably.
Yeah. I'd
Especially
probably
if
say so.
Brentford go down.
Well, if Brentford go down, definitely Ivan
Like,
Toney moves.
I
There's no
don't
way he
think they
doesn't
go
stay in
down
the
if they
Premier League.
keep him. Personally.
I don't think they won't sell him
I
in
think
January.
I think it depends on what other signings are made, because the main teams that have been in for him is what? It's Chelsea and Arsenal, right? They're the main ones that have looked at him, with maybe a couple others that might try with like a United or maybe even a Liverpool, but I doubt it.
Nah.
I don't think Liverpool need an
I think it
attacker.
would depend on who those teams sign. If Chelsea and Arsenal sign a striker in this January window, why would they then still go for Tony in the summer? I mean, Chelsea is stupid, so that's a reason that Chelsea would do it.
Yeah,
Chelsea
but-
is stupid and have too much money for their own good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I could see that we would, but we definitely shouldn't if we sign a good
But
striker in
can
this window.
Arsenal pay that much money after spending so much in the summer? and-
In the summer, I think they could, because in the summer, I don't think they'll have to pay as much for him.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, Arsenal
Would they be on-
aren't in an awful position. Like Eddie Nketiah this season's he's been playing quite well. To be fair to him,
Yeah, but he's not a. He's
not a
He's a
front striker.
mid-table striker.
yeah. Which is why he failed at Leeds.
I forgot he was at Leeds. Oh.
Yeah, on loan for like half a season, then they called him back because we weren't playing him.
I mean, I'd want to get out of Leeds as well.
Wow.
Let's move on to Sheffield United versus West Ham.
Yes.
Shout out to Chris, who isn't here. But
Shout out to his team being shit.
yeah, well, it wasn't really that. I should have won this game.
They definitely should have
It
won
was-
this game.
Terrible. I don't know what was happening with the ref decisions.
He
Yeah,
just
that-
wanted a hug. That's all he wanted.
He just
There-
wanted
there
to
was-
hug.
How
He
can
just
he
wanted to
punish
hug-
people for
To
hugging
be fair,
him?
I'd want to hug Bowen at the minute.
There
He's
were
incredible so far. this
there were
season.
2 red cards, 2 penalties, another penalty shout that probably should have been a penalty.
Definitely, in my
Um,
opinion.
Fun fact: McBurney's penalty was actually the latest goal that has ever been scored in the Premier League in the 13th minute of added time.
You want to
That
know
wasn't
another
even-
fun fact for Sheffield? Ryan Brewster has more red cards this season than goals. And that red card is 1. He hasn't scored this season.
But
He's
okay,
the
that's-
worst strike. I can hate him.
Listen, he's won a Champions League. I'll have you know.
Yeah, I know. And he flaunted it about like he did something, and yet he didn't put a fucking toenail on the
We
pitch.
still got 30 mil for him.
I'm
Ish,
sensing-
I
I'm
don't know.
sensing
He's
a little bit of-
shocking.
a little bit of hostility here, Jamie.
I hate him. He's such a big-headed
What's he done to you?
hellend.
What's he done?
It was just how he flaunted that Champions League when he did fuck all.
I'm not gonna lie. If I won a Champions League by sitting on the bench every game, I'd probably flaunt it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you grew up on John Terry putting on a full kit when he weren't even on
Absolutely
the bench
deserved.
for the
He got
final.
us to the final. He
No.
got us to that. He got us to that final.
Celebrating it, yeah. Full kit, no.
I completely back it.
No, you
I
don't.
completely back it.
That is such Chelsea bias.
I
Shut up.
completely back it. Why wouldn't you want to be there with the team?
Be there with the team.
Anyway,
yeah.
Sheffield
Full
versus
kit,
West
no.
Move on.
Ham. Sheffield versus West Ham.
That was bound to happen at some point. Things like that. Terrible defensively
Yeah.
from both sides.
Yeah, both of them were awful, actually.
No
Yeah.
surprise.
Another
Especially with
scrappy game.
Sheffield.
West Ham have been alright defensively.
Sheffield have
They've been good this
conceded
Sheffield have been terrible.
51 goals this season.
Already?
I think it's probably 53 after that now. Wait, when?
Yeah.
51 or
It's
53?
2-1 on it, so it was,
When was that game played?
couple of days
Yesterday?
ago.
Day before, yeah, it was on Sunday. They've conceded 51, it's including that
50, yeah.
Wow. How many have they scored?
Not many.
17.
Their top goal
yeah,
scorer
17.
is Ollie McBurney on 4 goals.
17, so Salah's scored 3 less than the entire team. That's just how
Suck his dick more.
Uncalled. Oh, fucking hell. Alright. Moving on.
Talking of Liverpool and Salah.
Well, not Salah, he's been at the African Cup and also he's now injured. But Bournemouth versus Liverpool, they didn't really miss him, to be honest. I mean,
It's Bournemouth.
Liverpool's been alright.
Solid mid-table.
Before that game, they'd won 4 in a row. So,
Really?
yeah, they were on a winning streak, and then you battered them 4-0 without Salah. That is also the second game in a row now that Liverpool have played against Bournemouth, where one of the Liverpool forwards has made a silly mistake. The Bournemouth fans have audibly cheered for it, go, "Hey!" and then have immediately conceded afterwards.
Both great
It
goals as well.
happened last time with Darwin Núñez with the terrible touch that he then went on and scored an absolute worldie, and then Jota missing the ball and it bouncing off his leg, and they
It was,
and then he
it
finished
was
it again.
intentional. He went to hack at it like Thierry Henry with his fake shot.
Right.
Kicked
No,
it
no,
up,
yeah, no.
bounced it, half
That-
volley. And,
That makes sense, right?
yeah.
2 names that often spring to mind at the exact same time: Diogo Jota and Thierry Henry.
Yeah. Very
Okay,
similar
look,
players.
don't put words in my mouth. I wasn't
Well,
comparing.
one-
them.
I mean, you
Well,
literally
them-
just did.
One of them is arguably the best forward the Premier League's ever seen, and the other one's Thierry
Thierry
Henry.
Henry. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
in all
Second
seriousness,
in line
though,
to Núñez.
in all seriousness, he has actually been
He's been
quite
pretty
good this
good.
season.
He's
I
been
think
pretty good
I
this
think
season.
for a while he was maybe a little bit underwhelming for Liverpool.
For a
It took
while,
him to
this season, I
warm
think
up.
he's been
But
very good.
he's definitely back on it now.
He's-
Núñez
he's-
also having a good game. He seems to be.
scoring too. Wow.
Yeah.
Jota's
He's
He's-
making up for his.
Jota just needs a run of games. Like, if you look at his career in general, he performs better when he gets consistent game time. And when you've got the likes of Salah, Núñez, who's playing quite well, and Diaz, he's not going to. And I think you pronounce it Hakpo.
Alright.
Oh.
Suck his dick more.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we've got our foreign languages expert in today actually.
Yeah, I can barely speak English, but I know Dutch. I really don't.
Proper Yorkshire lad.
But when you've got those 4 ahead of you, he's not going to get consistent game time. So
Well, he probably is now, right? I mean, the way
it depends how
Well,
bad Salah's
yeah.
injury
Yeah,
is.
okay, but when Salah comes back, the way that they're playing at the moment, if he stays consistent like this, I think he keeps his place in the team.
Ahead of who?
Ahead of Diaz. Diaz
Yeah.
has been underwhelming this season. I mean, he's been good. He's not been as good as Jota has, and although he's missed a lot less chances than Núñez has also scored and assisted a decent bit.
Jota is
You don't-
such a good super sub though.
You don't put Jota out on left though. And
No, you put Jota up front and you put Núñez out left.
Núñez is not a left winger either. Like,
I don't know.
That's
He's
the
done
issue.
well there, right?
He has, but
and then where are you playing Hakpo?
On
in
the
midfield,
bench.
in midfield apparently.
In mid.
They have been playing him in midfield.
Yeah,
That's,
I don't.
to be,
I don't-
he's
don't
got the
do- please
physique
stop
for
doing
it.
that.
Like, I swear he's like 6'2".
Yeah,
and
you let
built.
Klopp know. You tell him. I'm sure he'll listen
He
to you.
definitely watches.
Yeah. He watches this
Fact
podcast
that-
we started last week.
Why am I getting shat on?
20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So last game, the real exciting one. This one was the Monday Night Football, Brighton versus Wolves. What a game! Eh?
I think the less said about the game, the better. To be honest.
Yeah, no,
I
I
love-
definitely watched that
Yeah.
one and not the championship game.
I would say the only notable things that happened in that game were two sitters being missed. Tommy Doyle and Cunha both missing quite easy chances.
Yeah.
Tommy Doyle decided to sit down and header it instead of volleying it when it's at his legs.
I don't know what happened.
And Cunha, it was Cunha's first shot. It was a good save to stop him, and then his second one, he just skied it.
And Pedro Neto ran the game as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Didn't get no
He
for
just
it.
needed some
but-
help. Like Hwang Hee-chan being out has completely isolated Neto, and Neto is a fantastic player.
Mhm.
He's got nothing to play off there.
Well,
Cunha is very overrated. He's scored a few goals, but that's only because he has to.
Yeah.
Like that's his job.
It's his job, isn't it?
Yes, Wolves are doing really well this season, though. For
They are,
Wolves.
they are.
I mean, a team that was, I think they were in Europa League, or were they competing for Europa League a couple of seasons ago?
Yeah.
Nuno.
Yeah, they did get into the Europa League. I
yeah,
wouldn't say they were competing very well. But
Well,
they were in it.
they'll keep competing.
Was it
to
not
be in it,
conference?
you know what I mean? No, it
No,
wasn't.
I think they were in the Europa League.
Did conference
been
just
conference.
not exist then?
The conference has only existed for like 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
It's third season at the minute, I think. But yeah, I mean, Gary O'Neill, what a baller. I think he's done a stellar job, if I'm honest, with little budget, like minus budget essentially.
They were in the 2019-20 Europa League, so like 3-4 years ago.
Season before the conference, I think, maybe. I don't know, I might be wrong about that, but yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on Wolves?
I think they've been unlucky with VAR a lot. Not that I want to spend too much time talking about that this week. So actually, hasn't been
I do.
that many major issues.
Clivert should have had a red.
Oh
Clivert-
yeah, we didn't mention that, did we?
Clivert probably should have had a red, but I wouldn't
Anyway.
say that was a massive. The way in which VAR usually makes errors, I wouldn't say that is as massive of a
Yeah,
one.
it
Could have
didn't
maybe done
impact the
more,
game.
but
I mean, yeah, it was the one for him, so I'm not
Yeah.
too.
yeah. But he probably should have had a red. He did go studs in. But I think they have been unlucky this season with VAR quite a lot with Wolves. They could definitely be higher. They've been unlucky in a few results. They've been doing all right. I think they've been in the better end of teams, but they are they're 11th, which I guess for Wolves is good. I don't.
Level on points from Newcastle.
Yeah, I'd say
very
they've been
good.
pretty bad,
Yeah, they have.
but I suppose it's two different ends of the spectrum,
I
right?
guess.
They've been good.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Would you agree?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not much to add to it, to be
It,
honest.
it kind of feels like the Premier League is split in two at the moment. Not down the middle at all, but kind of split in two of there's a lot of teams that have been actually quite good,
Yeah.
and then a lot of teams that have been really, really bad, and there's quite a disparity between them. Not necessarily in points, but in terms of actually the way they played. So like towards the middle of the table, don't get me wrong, United, Chelsea, Newcastle are all underperforming.
Underperforming,
Right.
but still getting results, which is
Yeah, but they're also
what
in
matters. Really.
8th, 9th, and 10th. You know, and then you've got
Yeah.
teams like West Ham, Brighton, Aston Villa who are overperforming expectations. But then at mid-table, you've got Wolves in 11th, Bournemouth in 12th, Fulham in 13th. All teams that I would say from watching bits of them this season, they've played well.
Yeah.
They've done well. And obviously
agree,
it's
yeah.
only putting them at mid-table. But in a different world where there isn't the other overperforming teams, they definitely could be higher.
Mhm.
Right? Whereas Brentford, Palace, Forest, Everton, even Everton have played quite well. Obviously they've had the points deduction, which hasn't helped them, and they'd be,
They would be in 12.
They'd be in 12th, yeah. So maybe not necessarily. Maybe they're more so one of the teams that have played well. They've been unlucky, but then Brentford, Palace, Forest, Luton, Burnley, Sheffield have all been shit.
Yeah.
So it's very much. There doesn't really seem to be many teams that are like they're just kind of ambling by. Either they're playing well or they're not playing well. It feels a bit more like a split, but there is more of the league that I would say are playing well.
Yeah.
At the moment,
Yeah.
like it's going down to like what 13th before you or 14th before you find a
Still
team where you're
got-
like, now they've been shit.
It's still got that competitive nature, which is why the Prem's
Yeah,
so great.
best league in the world.
Yeah. Right. That's the games covered. Unless you've got anything else to add on to
No,
those.
no.
I think we should talk about, considering this is a transfer special, the latest transfer news that's going around. Obviously the big one, Henderson to Ajax.
The big one.
The big one.
You're right. You're right. But why? Not of Henderson. I understand why
Henderson,
Henderson's
yeah.
moved.
I mean, why did he move to Saudi in the first place? That was it.
But
Question.
why, as Ajax, are you looking at players
Like
for Ajax and going, who actually would do really, really well for us? Jordan Henderson.
I mean, have you seen how Ajax are doing in the league right now?
Yeah, they're doing.
They're doing
very
all right
well.
now.
No.
They come back up. They were terrible. You're right that they were pretty much bottom of the league.
Maybe they just need a leader.
But I'm relatively certain they had like a resurgence, and by that I mean the rest of the league's terrible. Yeah, they're in fifth.
They just need a Champions League winning
That's
captain.
5th in
Yeah.
the Dutch league, and they're Ajax.
Okay, yes,
Which
they should be
they-
doing better. And they started very badly, but they've been doing all right now.
How many points are they off? 21 points off the top.
Yeah, but to be fair, there is also a 10-point gap from first to second. PSV are absolutely on fire. They drew their last game, and that's the first game this season they haven't won.
Good team this year, actually. PSV.
You know, there's actually only one team left in Europe now. I could be wrong with this, but I saw it online. So there's only one team left in Europe now with a 100% win record.
I know exactly what you're on about.
Who's that?
It's
Farnham.
Farnham Town.
Farnham Town.
Farnham Town are the
Big old
only team
Farnham.
in Europe with a 100% win record.
Yep.
Are they in the conference?
Yeah, I think
Low
they're
down.
lower than
Low
that.
down.
I was gonna say, is it an Irish team or?
No, they're English. They're like down.
They don't even show up when I search for my BBC
Well,
Sport. The only reason I know who they are is they were in a Sidemen video. That's it.
Oh,
Because they're
great.
sponsored by Sides. That's why
Yeah.
they're in that video.
Yeah, and they went to watch the game for one of their videos, I think. But anyway, I'm not really sure why Ajax have signed Henderson. I don't think it's a great transfer for them. It's decent for him. He gets
It's
to
great for him, yeah.
go and spend 6 months in.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, no, I was country Netherlands. My brain's
Wow.
completely stopped.
Whoa, what happened there?
Yeah,
You're supposed to know these things, man.
you know,
You're the stat man.
brain.
Brain fumble. Other big news. Got Trippier to Bayern. Didn't you say it earlier? That
Yeah, 12.8 million bid rejected. Literally, like
They don't
a few
want
hours
to
ago.
sell him, but they need to make some money for FFP, right?
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
all the Newcastle transfer rumors
if
at
they
the
do
moment are
get
people
rid of
leaving.
him, if they do get rid of him, they'll have to sign a right back, and they just can't spend big on a good player if they get rid of Trippier. Players there because they've spent so much already.
Well, I don't think they've not spent that much compared to some, right?
This season, what did they spend? 50 million on Tonali?
It was more than
They
that.
they spent 50 million Barnes.
50,
Sorry, 100
50
million
million
players.
on Harvey Barnes.
No, wait, I don't know if it was 50, maybe 40. But
I think it
How
was
did
30
less-
to 40 on Barnes. It was 50 on
50 on
Anthony, right?
Tonali. 50 on Gordon, really?
They got fleeced because people knew they got taken over. What?
So this is in euros, but they spent
It's not
60.
good enough, is it, really?
No.
They spent 64 mil on Tonali, 44 mil on Barnes, 37 mil on Tino Livramento. To be fair, that's actually all the ones for this season. All
Buying
the
from
others,
relegated sides, other than Tonali, obviously. But
all the others were.
how much have they spent in total?
Last season they spent
100.
70 mil on Isak, 45 mil on Anthony Gordon, 37 mil on Botman, 17 mil on Matty Target. Yeah, so they spent quite a lot. And in terms of incomings, they've had they got 6 mil for John Joe Shelby. They got about 20 mil for Alan St Maximan. So yeah, they have spent quite a lot,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they haven't
no,
really
fair
made
enough.
much back. They're close to FFP. The way they're looking at doing at the moment, Trippier to Bayern or selling Almiron to one of their Saudi clubs, which feels like it shouldn't be legal,
Allowed, yeah.
right? Like considering their owners own like the top 4 clubs in Saudi. I feel like
I don't
there's gotta
think
be
it's
something.
top 4. It's a weird
There's
thing
like
in
there's
Saudi.
like 4 clubs that are owned by their government that are owned by the same people that own Newcastle.
They're
right?
run.
I'm not
So
sure.
the top 4 clubs in Saudi are run by like 4 different states. It's very weird. Like I don't fully understand it myself, but
I'm just not going to comment.
yeah, no.
Look,
I don't understand it.
It would still be very weird and wrong for them to sell whoever
Oh, yeah.
to Saudi clubs because it is literally selling it to themselves for stupid money to balance the books.
Mhm.
It's what City have been doing for fucking years and why they're possibly in trouble with FFP.
Yep.
But in a lot more cases, I think there
Oh.
was like over 100
It's
like
cases.
117, I think, right?
Yeah,
155.
it's a lot
Pretty sure.
for City.
But yeah, but they're on about selling Almiron over there, who is a pretty mid-tier player anyway. They'll probably get like 30, 40 mil from him.
He started this season on fire. And then
It
turned back
was-
into Miguel Almiron.
It was more last season,
Maybe-
which was purely because Jack Grealish spoke about it in an interview and he went, "Fine, I'll be good then." Because it was like Almiron
Fine,
ain't
I'll
shit,
do
and
it
Almiron
myself.
went, "All right, cool, I'll get us into the Champions League then." And he did. And then, like, as you said,
Is that,
it was Miguel.
fine, I'll do it myself. Thanos.
Yeah.
He's nothing without his good mate, Joseph Martinez. You don't remember him from Atlanta?
Yeah, I know who he is. I don't.
right. It's-
He's actually a
play
free
for him.
agent now.
Should get him.
Well,
Play him in right back.
well.
Calvin Phillips for West Ham.
Yeah, that
Seems like a.
confirmed now, right?
Is it confirmed? I don't know.
I don't think it's fully confirmed.
It's deal done. They've agreed a
I
deal.
don't know if they actually need him.
Apparently,
He would be
there's
good for them.
option to buy as well.
I don't know if they need him. He'd be good for him, but I don't know if they need him because they've got one.
He needs them.
Yeah,
He does need them,
needs
yeah.
he needs a lifeline. Yeah,
Absolutely,
absolutely.
absolutely does.
He should have come back to Leeds.
No.
Anyway,
I mean, we don't need him right now either, but
You got Archie Gray. Why?
are you
Fuck
saying
it,
you'd say
actually-
no to Calvin Phillips back in your team right now?
no, I wouldn't. But
It's a good move for him. I don't know. It feels like West Ham are quite solid in CDM. I don't feel like that's a
Yeah.
position that they really
I
need.
think
to
it's
improve.
more centre mid that need help in. Like, yeah, they've got Alvarez at CDM, really, Ward Prowse, and then
So
Socek, yeah. Like,
Paqueta can do a job there. But I guess
you want Paqueta further forward. Like, they've got decent there, but they
They
just
just
need a
need
bit of
attackers.
extra options.
Release pressure on Bowen. I think they need to do personally.
It feels. I don't know. It's a decent move for him, and I guess he makes sense in their system. It'll probably play well for them.
Mm.
I just don't think it's really what they needed. But hey,
Good
if
player,
that's
yeah.
what they want, yeah, I think he was a quality player for Leeds.
Yeah, he was.
And I understand why he went City, but he's absolutely ruined his career by doing so.
Isn't he 29 now?
I don't think he's that old.
Is he 28?
I know he's been around Leeds for a long time. He were at a
Swear-
Leeds
I
game
swear
not
he's
that long ago,
28.
actually.
He is 28.
28.
Fair enough.
That's not bad. It's,
He came back to Leeds to watch us play.
Well,
I think it was Birmingham on
surprising
New
he
Year's
gets
Day. What?
I'm surprised he didn't get stabbed.
We love him.
you know we're in Leeds, right?
Yeah, but like
Leeds isn't that bad
I
for
thought
nightclubs.
it was him leaving was like a hated thing.
No,
No.
Is it not?
no.
No, they
'Cause
absolutely
it's like
understood why he left.
Leeds' baby, and
Yeah, he
No,
was,
no.
but they absolutely understood why he left. He went
Depending
to-
on who you leave to, we're a very understanding fan
But
base.
City-
Everybody's fucking like gives Leeds all this shit, a terrible fan base, all the
No, I
skinheads or
didn't say
something.
that. I just,
And we're actually nice, understanding people, most of us.
most.
Most.
I don't, the face that you're pulling at me suggests otherwise. But...
It's him giggling that got me.
Hey, what have you got to say about it?
I
Use your words, Jordan.
Listen,
No.
I deal with these people on a weekly basis. They're all right.
Yeah.
you're protecting yourself because you work there, right? No, that makes sense. You don't want to get battered when he goes back away.
That's what it is.
Anyway,
Moving swiftly on. Barco to Brighton.
yeah,
Who?
they're playing Football Manager.
Who?
You don't know who Barco is? Wonder Kid of the Year, mate.
What?
He is a Football Manager
What did you say?
icon.
Yeah,
Wonder Kid of the Year.
He only
Would it
knows
be,
him
yeah.
because he
Would it-
plays
would it-
Football Manager.
Yeah, that's the only reason anyone knows who Barco is.
That's why I don't know who he is.
When Brighton announced it on their TikTok,
Yeah, I saw
they
that.
did so by making a joke about it being through Football Manager.
I saw that. That was a quality
It is
video.
a quality video.
They've been doing that for years, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Even
it's-
this year, Carlos Baleba. Who? Has he played much? No.
No.
I still don't know that.
The midfielder they got from Lille to replace Caicedo.
Mm.
Exactly.
He's meant to know about football.
Sorry.
Right, listen. But it's an interesting signing. I think I don't know anything about him other than through Football Manager, right? So based on that, he's got really high potential. That's all I know.
Wonder Kid.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
One for the future.
Not like that. Also, entirely separate because I've got nothing left to say on Barco because I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
Tottenham have made two very good signings, I think, bringing in Timo Werner and Dragusin, I think his
I
name
don't know
is.
how to pronounce it. I'm not going to try.
It's spelt like that, so I'm probably
Dragusal?
but
He's
Romanian.
Romanian. You're
Yeah.
definitely butchering that.
yeah, probably.
I'm not going to try to pronounce it.
Dragutin?
Yeah,
Dragutin?
Well,
Bless you.
he's gone to.
Thanks.
he's gone to Tottenham,
Yeah.
which I do
Sure.
think they needed another centre back considering Bez
absolutely.
gets sent off all the time.
Oh,
I still think they
injured.
maybe need one.
But they've brought in a good centre back. Timo Werner, I think, fits their style pretty well. I mean, he got an assist in his first game, right? So
Definitely helps while Heung-min-Son's at Asian
yeah.
Cup as well.
Yeah, it gives
He's a
them a bit more depth.
What?
Easy for you to say.
Fuck you.
I think he gives them good depth. I don't know if he's really what they needed, but
Well,
I love Timo Werner.
I know Ange
but-
likes his wingers.
Yeah.
Is Werner a winger?
He's not a striker.
Well, he's
just the
he's
edge
a
runner.
football player.
It's just a team over on a cycle. You play well in Germany, you move to an English club. You fail at an English club, go back to Germany.
Yeah.
And you just keep rinsing and repeating that.
He's on loan, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's probably an option to buy someone.
yeah.
I don't. I love Timo Werner, but he'll put in a lot of work, and that'll work for Ange. I think that's the main thing is that he
Ange just wants work rate and
he just
effort.
wants attackers at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fun to watch.
He just wants more players because he got 2 injuries and they dropped down the league.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think they just
he's
needed more
got 2
players.
centre backs.
Yeah.
One who gets red cards every week and the other who
Who did
Who is
lose?
it? Pulled his hammy by
Sergio
running.
Sergio Romero?
Sergio Romero.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk about it.
Great player. Great little player.
Great player. Top tier centre back.
But all right.
He did so well in the Man United defence.
No, he
No,
he was really bad for
He
Man
was
United.
horrible, yeah. Well, we are back. Sorry about that.
I need to get a charger for my laptop
Yeah.
because if it dies, none of this exists anymore.
Yes. Oh, it's not that deep. I mean, it kind of is, but... Anyway, so one more transfer we could go through is Sergio Reguilon.
Reguilon to
Reguilon?
Brentford.
How do you pronounce it?
Yeah. Another Tottenham obviously being very active in this transfer window
Yeah.
on both sides. A decent cover, I guess, for Brentford. Not really sure where he fits in there because
A left back.
well, but he's not gonna because they've got Rico Henry.
He's injured,
Right.
I think.
So
I think he's injured.
I think
He's
he
not
is
been playing,
injured. Yeah.
oh, I guess that would make sense then.
Injured or out of
a decent
favour, one
cover.
of the two.
He's so good though.
Yeah, no, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I just it seems like I mean Tottenham obviously have already made 2 signings. I'd say it's to do with balancing the books, but it's a loan deal, so it probably isn't. I get that he's not really playing that much there, but I would say that their biggest issue this season has been that they've been lacking depth.
Yeah.
And now they've gone and sold their depth.
Yeah.
Well, they
You know, so-
sold him.
Oh, well, got rid of their depth
yeah.
then, fine. But still, like it feels like they're going the opposite way with that, right? Like they still need more depth.
Yeah. Where would you say they need it?
Everywhere. They need it everywhere. But specifically in defence has been a big part of their issue.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd agree.
I don't know who would you say they would sign to replace him?
Well, we could just do that by every team. Why don't we do that? Yeah. Why don't we do that? So what we've been saying for the past week is we should do a transfer special about about every single Premier League team and what where they need to strengthen. But only one player. So I think we'll all go through one player that each team need to sign.
Yes. So
And,
just to sort of confirm for this, we're going to go through the teams one by one.
Yeah.
We'll all say what player we think they should sign. It can be a player that we think they should sign, a player that we think they will sign, a player that we just would like to see go there, would make sense. It's quite loose with kind of what the definitions of it are. So if you want to say Mbappe to Liverpool, go for it. We will tell you you're stupid, but you're welcome to. But the point is more to just kind of, come up with someone that you think might make sense or you think you'd like to see there. We'll go through it in league order.
Just to clarify, we'll take it back.
But yeah, I didn't think you'd fit into your system. Obviously, you'd take Mbappe at Liverpool. Every team would take Mbappe.
But-
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, to be fair, it probably wouldn't fit the league system.
We have Somerville.
Yeah. No, that is a better player than you are correct.
No, Leeds by Estero.
All right.
Actually, no, I'd keep Salah. It's fine.
That's a good job Mbappe doesn't play on the right.
Yeah,
Fuck
Mbappe.
off! Fuck off! Right.
Starting off the bottom of the table, Sheffield United.
Why was that on the bottom? Oh, we're going.
Yeah, you got.
I just went alphabetically, but we can do that.
Alphabetic.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
because I don't fucking know. I just did it that way. Because
Okay.
my OCD, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Did you do that as well?
No, I went bottom up.
Why was that the?
I'm pretty sure I said that as well when
Did
I was
you?
like, "Hey, this week's
Alright, we'll do
section."
It
that.
just makes sense to build up from the shitters to like.
Okay, that's
Well, I
alright.
would say the best team, but Liverpool are top of the league right now.
Yeah,
So.
so it's not the best team, is it really?
Yeah. Best team, then Liverpool.
So who's the best team?
No. Well, sorry. I think you're mistaken. What you mean is the best team, and then United, and then Brighton, and then West Ham, and then Tottenham, and then Villa, and then Arsenal, and then City, and then Liverpool.
Moving on from that,
Oh.
you triggered me beyond.
So Sheffield United.
Sheffield United.
Why? Okay, thanks. Sheffield United. Well,
I think they need a fucking miracle. But
Yeah.
I'm going to actually
Yeah,
name a
do.
player. I went for Woodburn from Preston. He's been one of the better performing defenders in the
Woodburn.
Championship. I don't think Sheffield United are going to get anyone actually good, and they need some sort of solidity in defence.
They play such dirty football to Preston.
Mm-hmm. So he'd fit
It's
right.
nothing
in
related
He
to
would-
what
So he'd fit
literally
right in
happened on
Sheffield.
Sunday, but
Ben Woodburn. Ben.
If that's his name.
I think Ben Woodburn's an attacker.
Oh,
The centre back, the Preston centre back.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's Ben.
But
I
definitely
know,
a
I know you're
centre-back.
on about yeah.
I'd agree with centre back because. My God.
Yeah, they are defensively terrible.
Yeah, they are.
So.
Well, I went along more of the lines of a goalkeeper because, as I said earlier, conceded 51 goals this season.
Fotheringham, yeah.
I wouldn't put that on Fotheringham, that's why I went for a centre back. Fotheringham has the highest saves per 90, I think it is. We went through this last week. Also conceded the most goals, but has the highest saves per 90.
Well,
Yeah.
still, either way.
Go on.
So I reckon they should maybe try get Kelleher on loan from Liverpool. Give him a bit of Premier League experience.
That's not much
He's
chance.
a good
Yeah.
keeper.
Yeah.
Quite solid.
Yeah, he's not playing much in the Premier.
They do really need a miracle.
They do need.
They've got so many. A striker.
Maybe 11 new players. I don't...
Yeah.
Their striker's got 4 goals this season, so
Well, they've got Diaz in already, so. But he's playing left wing for him now.
I don't know where he plays for
Yeah.
them.
I wait for Joe Worrell from Forest because he's rumoured to be on the way out anyway. I think he's got Premier League experience. I don't know if he was the captain or what for Forest, but I think he could lead the line, the defensive line, and do quite well for him.
Mm.
Personally, so I wait for that.
Quite solid.
Burnley. Next. Go on, you go first.
Well, despite having one of the best centre backs to ever grace the Premier League as a manager, their centre backs are shocking.
Yeah.
Fair.
So I reckon they should try get in Soyuncu, the ex-Leicester centre back from Atleti. He doesn't really play much right there now. Doesn't really play much there right now.
Mhm.
There we go, got there in the end. And his Premier League quality, good experience put back there. Maybe help him out.
Yeah, okay.
See that?
I went for the experience route, but I went for a left back because Charlie Taylor's dog shit.
Whoa. Wow.
I went for Aaron Cresswell actually.
Interesting.
Solid.
Purely for experience. I mean, yeah, it was kind of just so the players kind of be like, "Oh, you guys, fucking pick your shit up," type of thing. You know.
I mean, I see that. And
And he's
to
not
be,
playing
to be
at
fair,
West
that
Ham,
is the kind of player I could see doing well
Yeah.
at Burnley generally. I'm not sure about at Burnley under Company because of the way that they play.
Mm.
I feel like he fits the Burnley profile, but not the Company
Oh,
profile.
another reason why is because they throw a lot of players forward to Burnley, stupidly. I mean, it's brave company playing like that for newly promoted side.
Yeah, well,
It throws both fullbacks forward. I think if they had someone who's,
good
like
delivery.
Cresswell who can deliver well,
Yeah.
they've got a couple of centre backs who can play in full back. If they just put Cresswell forward, or if Cresswell stays back, he knows when to come,
Yeah.
when to come, when to go.
Solid
But
option.
That was my
Yeah,
reasoning.
yeah. No,
Who'd you go
that's fair
for?
enough. I didn't go for a defender at all. They're pretty terrible overall.
Yeah.
Like they're 19th in goals conceded. They're 19th in goals scored. Like they're 19th in the table. They're not doing good. I actually figured they have a lot of young creative talent across like the wings and the attacking midfield and stuff. I don't feel like they have an actual good striker. So I went with I'm not going to pronounce this right. Schmodic, I want to say it, the Blackburn striker.
Sammy, yeah.
Yeah,
He was
Sammy
at
Smoldicks.
Probably not.
no, he was he was at Peterborough last season.
Yeah,
Is he good? Don't really know.
He's very good on the ball. He's fast.
He's scored 16 goals and got 3 assists in the Championship this season.
Pretty good.
He's like I said, relatively fast. He's tall. He's in the highest percentiles for shot attempts and goals in the Championship. He plays for Blackburn, who probably aren't going up this season. So he could do with it. Maybe he's 28, so he's getting a bit later on in his career now.
Yeah.
I
can.
I think Burnley are probably going down, so it might be a bit of a waste. And they did just sign Datra Fafana on loan
They
for us,
did.
but that's not really a starting Premier League striker. And I feel like just having a focal point in the box would be good for Brighton.
He's not a focal point. He's a small, nippy,
He's
like.
He could
not
be like a poacher
small.
type
I
thing.
swear he is. I swear he's like a small, like, nippy type player.
187 centimetres. Don't know why it's showing me in
That's as tall as
centimetres.
me. And I'm 6'3".
No, maybe he's not
Well,
small.
It's not very
Just
small.
sorry.
Am I thinking of a different...
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
He's not very small. Is what.
Is
I
his
would
first
say.
name Sammy?
Yeah.
Sammy.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
thinking of one.
Who are you thinking of?
That one. I just
But no,
got
it's
him
not though.
confused, I guess. No.
Interesting. Right. Fair enough.
Fair.
Luton, I believe, next.
Yes, it is Luton next. Go on, you first this time.
I went for an ex Man United player who, I mean, the wages might be dear and he might not go anywhere, but Jesse Lingard, I went with.
I mean, he's a free agent.
Free
so
agent, they could get him on a free.
I'd,
The wages probably
yeah,
an
I
issue,
think he would ask for too much.
but I mean, he did sack his agent just like recently. because
he
they
offered himself to Barcelona.
Yeah,
as
but they
well.
weren't
Like,
getting-
what is he doing?
They weren't.
You know what? You know what? I think it's a smart move. I also Barcelona. If you're watching, I also would happily play for you. I'll play on 0 wages even. I'll come and play for you. That's
I
fine.
fucking wouldn't.
That's how it works, right? We can just offer ourselves to Barcelona and
Yeah,
they'll buy
yeah,
us,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Some-
Okay,
I
good.
guess so.
Just
Yeah.
making sure.
So I went for Lingard. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I see where you're coming from with Lingard, with the fact that Luton's main strategy seems to be buying players who weren't good enough for the
Townsend,
Prem.
Barkley.
Yeah. So I've also gone with a player who isn't good enough for the Prem, though he does currently play there. And rather than an ex-Man United player, I've gone for a current Man United player, Harry Maguire.
Could say a lot. Oh, okay. Obviously, you could say a lot. Of
I think they need a centre back. I think they're defensively terrible.
with
I think-
Lockyer,
I think Harry Maguire needs something new, even if it's just on loan for now. He's not going to do anything for United. He continues to not do anything for United.
Maguire's still playing for them.
Playing.
From time to
Is
time,
he
he
being
gets...
put in the line?
They've had
Yeah.
injuries and stuff, though, haven't they? With centre backs.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
They had Martinez out for
And
a while.
Varane for quite a while.
Yeah. That's the only reason he's been playing. He's not been playing good.
No.
And I think it'd help him to just kind of go to a team that there's not really as much pressure on him actually playing good.
Mm-hmm.
And he can just kind of pick up a bit of experience. And for them, it's an experienced Premier League centre back.
Yeah.
And their best player this season has been an experienced Premier League player who wasn't good enough to play for any of the good teams, Ross Barkley. So
Would they let him go though? United.
Probably not.
on loan, I can see a loan.
Not with how many injuries that they've had at centre back this season. I don't see him going
Maybe
anywhere.
not. I think it'd be a good signing for Luton, even if
Yeah,
United
it would.
aren't
I
exactly
definitely
happy
would be.
happy to let him go.
So I've gone a similar route. I've gone defensively.
Mm-hmm.
One of Luton's better players this season has been Alfie Doherty. 5 assists this season, quality. But I feel like they need someone on the right hand side to help him out. So I've gone for Baku from Wolfsburg.
Oof. Okay.
Very versatile player. Would fit that right hand side perfectly. Don't think he'd cost a bomb.
Probably
Um,
not.
I know he's not particularly young either for a footballer. So
23.
I think he's older. I
maybe?
think he's like 26, maybe
Is he?
something like that.
Okay.
I think he's like a bit older than that. So I feel like he would be
25.
25. Okay.
I feel like he would be incredible for them.
Yeah.
His market value is apparently 11 mil, so you're probably right. That
Too bad
wouldn't
actually.
cost
I
that
really
much.
rate that. It's,
I
I feel
he
like
does unfortunately currently have a muscle injury and is expected to return early February. But
Well,
it's alright though.
if you can get him for cheap enough, it's worth the couple
Yeah.
week wait for him
That's
to
true.
start,
that's true.
especially if he's going to help him out.
True.
I feel like it's a little bit of a high caliber player from Wolfsburg. They've got a lot of heritage there, but yeah,
He's
it's
got a
solid
lot of
shout.
history, but
Yeah,
he's not
but,
got
I
much
mean-
going on now.
Yeah, no, I suppose you're right, but yeah, sounds good that actually.
Everton next.
Everton, what did I do for that? Should I go first though?
Yeah.
I went for Willie Nutno actually.
No.
I think it's
He's actually about to, from what I've been hearing, he's about to sign a brand new contract with us as well. So
I just
Means
thought,
you can get more money for him whenever.
Yep.
coming.
yeah, I just thought, I mean, they're not going to spend anything.
They can't.
FFP, yeah. But
Mm.
if they could, it'd suit them.
See that?
Great player.
I mean, they've already got Jack Harrison from us. What more do they want?
Oh, well, you know.
Really not.
Well, not that.
They tried
Great
in
player.
January, but Farker said no.
Player. They've been in for him before. He wants to leave. Well, he did.
Nah,
He's had some disciplinary issues.
He's sacked his agent since then. He's changed agents.
Well, you know, I just thought it'd suit their.
The way Daniel Farker dealt with that at the start of the season just made the Leeds fans just happy on a whole. Like he told him, "Look, bugger off. I ain't dealing with that right now. You're staying, and if you want to be a little bitch about it, go train with the kids."
Yeah.
And
he's
then,
still 19, isn't he? 20?
Yeah,
21?
he's very young. And then brought him back in, and he's not played as much.
I like that actually. A lot of managers nowadays would be like, "Well, are you getting sold then?" Or like, you know, get completely frozen out of the team like Ten Hag does with his players.
Well, yeah.
And then they go to the Bundesliga and
do really well.
Yeah.
Sancho.
But like, to be fair, Leeds' attack right now, that's like,
yeah, it's
incredible right
It's
now.
really good,
He
yeah.
isn't really getting in that
He's
easily.
playing he was playing left wing for you now, James.
No, so that's Somerville,
Okay, fair enough.
who is like
Who's
the
playing the inside?
best player in the championship right
What
now.
the other side?
Yeah, true. Router's better. Dan James, who's also
He's
playing
doing
incredibly
alright. Yeah,
this
yeah.
season.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So
Who'd you go for Everton?
I went for a striker similarly because I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is overrated and very injury prone.
Okay, injury prone, yes. Overrated.
He has 3 goals this season.
He's played like 3 games.
He has been shite this season though.
Shocking.
He's barely played.
He's been shite. When he has
He's
played,
he's carried Everton when he can.
I think Doucouré's done that a bit more.
Decore is their top scorer.
Because Calvert-Lewin's been out.
Not for as long as you're thinking. he has.
Pretty consistently for Everton, it's been that when they've got Calvert-Lewin, they play well. That's been the consistent
Jack
thing for the last
Harrison's
like 5
been better
years.
for them this season.
Again, he's also played a lot more football.
Well, either way,
Go on, who did you go for?
I went with someone to try and get on loan. Eddie Nketiah on loan because I mean Everton with financial fair play, not really going to be able to
Yeah.
buy
He's
anybody.
played 17 games.
Who?
Calvert-Lewin, he's played
Yeah,
17 games.
I'm
exactly.
telling you. He's
3
been shite.
goals.
He's been
Overrated.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah,
I still wouldn't say he's overrated. I still think
I
he's
would.
important.
I
to the
I
team,
wouldn't say he's
even
overrated, but
when
he
he's
has
not
been
scored.
shit.
I would say he's overrated. Eddie Nketiah on loan.
Right. Yeah, solid. I
Getting
mean,
a striker.
mobile striker. Yeah,
Yeah.
get him in. Yourself?
I don't think goal scoring's been the problem for Everton. I think the problem has been the 10-point deduction, actually. But outside of that, as you said, Doucouré's been a revelation.
Who can they get in to solve the 10-point deduction?
He's moved into attacking midfield. He's got the goals and stuff now as Doucouré,
Mhm.
which has, I think, left them a little bit more shaky in defensive midfield. I think it's a position they could do with bringing in a bit more experience, maybe, because their best player there at the moment is Onana, who is fantastic, but is still out.
Garner's been very good for
He's been
them.
alright.
this season.
Garner's got experience. He's good.
No, he's not.
But,
Garner's young.
Not Onana, Garner. Idrissa Garner. Idrissa
No.
Garner?
I'm on about like an actual Garner. Garner. The player.
Oh,
Is
James
it-
Garner.
James
They've got
Garner.
Idrissa Garner Gay. Is that his called?
Yeah.
They got from PSG.
Did he not leave?
No, he's still
He
there.
came
He's like
back.
33, 34.
I think he came back.
I
That's
thought he
what
went like
James Garner.
Saudi or Qatar or something.
I think he
Maybe.
came back. Anyway, I went for Onyeka from Brentford. He's got a pretty low market value. He's played for Brentford, but he's not done amazing for them. I think it's a player that they could afford to lose, and I think it's a player that Everton could afford to buy.
He's not a shoe-in the Brentford lineup at the minute as well.
Exactly, and I think he'd just offer a little bit of stability, a little bit of experience, Premier League experience specifically,
Yeah.
in an Everton lineup that right now is playing very, very well. It's not necessarily that I think they need a CDM, but I don't think they need anything else.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Who's next?
Forest.
Forest.
Did you see your Everton play?
Not no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You let it off.
I did.
Forest next.
I'm just trying to get you to hate me.
So Forest
Keep going along them lines. We'll be there.
Forest really need to stop buying players. That's
Yeah,
probably their main
that's their
thing,
issue.
actually.
They'll be in trouble with FFP very
But
soon.
if they are to bring anyone in, I've gone for Carter Vickers from Celtic. He's been linked to them anyways, or he's been linked to like 6 different clubs in the Prem. Just 'cause
He
wants to
always
leave.
is.
And he is just like, He's just a bit of a random player who's solid, and I feel like that's exactly what Nottingham Forest seem to go for. And I think he'd just shore up the defence a bit.
Yeah. I went for a striker because I want to use out. I feel like if they get this player in, Che Adams, Southampton, decent. Forest, they probably won't cost too much. I was a bit of a stab in the dark with this one. I wasn't really sure about Forest because
They're quite solid all over. I don't think striker's their issue. Chris Wood's actually playing very well this season, 8 goals so far.
I just feel like they need a different type of player than Wood and the one year.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? They've got those type of players around them, like Morgan Gibbs White, incredible. They've got Anthony Olanga.
They're out as well, though. That's what I mean. At the minute, I think.
Yeah, they've still got a few players like of that ilk.
Yeah, they've got a decent midfield. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But
well, I similarly went for just a random player that's got a bit of experience that could shore up either the defence or the midfield. I went for Emre Can.
Whoa,
interesting.
It's can see it happening because it's just
Very-
one of
very
them
Forest
random
signing, yeah.
ones.
nice
Like
really signing, yeah.
he's got Premier League experience. He can play in defence if they need him. He can play in midfield if they need him, and he can score worldies against Norwich if they ever play Norwich. What more do you need?
Sure. That's true. Okay, do you think we need to get through this a little bit faster because we've gone through 5 teams so far?
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
it's cheating a little bit.
So next is Crystal Palace. Devon.
Crystal Palace, Wan-Bissaka.
Makes sense. He's
Better
been linked back. Apparently, though, Man United said no to their last swap deal.
What was the swap deal for?
There was a right back. I don't know, but it was.
Klein. Of course, I'm going to say.
Might not have been that, but they said no to
Joel
some kind of
Ward.
deal for it recently. I know that.
They just need a right back because their current right back's a shite.
Yeah, fair. I went for Eddie Nketiah. I think their strikers are terrible.
No,
I think Mateta's awful.
Yeah.
He's just a big clunky idiot.
As is Edward, really.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they've got players like Eze and Elise who can create and absolutely nothing to finish that off when they do. So
Yeah.
I went for Nketiah. It feels like a team he could perform well in. He's an English player. He'd link up well with the others. If Roy stays, he'd link up well with Roy. I think he could do decently well with the players around him.
I went for Sean Longstaff so that Richards could play his right position, which is in defence. This player I can see being there. I know he's getting a bit of game time right now at Newcastle, but that's because of injuries and betting
Good
suspensions.
for Newcastle, to be fair.
Well, they want quite a bit of money for Longstaff.
Yeah, probably.
Homegrown for them, I think.
Maybe a bit out of budget, but
Well, I mean, Palace don't spend that much, though.
no.
They don't spend what
Maybe
they do
because
well, though. So Brentford next.
I've personally gone for a centre back. Ben Mee's their best centre back. That's an issue. So I've gone Raid Newcastle again. Jamal Lascelles. Solid Premier League. Would fit Brentford's system quite well.
Yeah. I went different route. I went for a type of Ericsson replacement because when they had Ericsson, they were pretty good, at least better. I went for Daichi Kamada from Lazio. Wherever he'd go, I don't know. He's playing for him, so I don't know. But I feel like he's a similar caliber of player.
See it?
Yeah.
I went for the return of an old player, Ben Rama from West Ham. He's been on about leaving anyways. West Ham don't want him anymore. Be a good creative player to bring back into the Brentford fray. I think they'll probably need a striker at some point soon if Tony leaves, but because I don't think Tony's going to leave in January, I don't think they'll sign a replacement in January. So I think Ben Rama just give him a little bit of creativity again. He'll probably want to reignite his career anyway. So
apparently West Ham want to sign for 20 million though. I've heard
it's not awful.
He's not worth 20 million.
No, but it's not awful.
But yeah, I mean, decent shouts.
Next is Fulham.
Okay, I went for Reece Nelson from Arsenal.
Interesting.
Bless you. Thank you. I think the type of player that Silva loves, the sort of tricky winger who can play counter-attacking type shit, you know.
Yeah, I've gone a
Need
very
players.
similar fashion. I've gone somebody that is a tricky winger but can also play up front because I feel like they need a striker. I've gone Gerard Deulofeu.
Ooh. Okay.
Premier League
Bye-bye.
experience.
I can see
He
it.
used to play for Fulham. No,
No, Everton.
that's the one. Don't know why I thought Fulham.
I wouldn't say they need a new striker because I think Raul Jimenez has actually been quite good this season. I've actually gone for I was kind of flipping between two positions for Fulham, which was centre back because they don't really have a good one. Or not that's actually been playing well this season. Ream's decent, but he's not been on form like he was before. And CDM because João Palhinha has been rumoured to leave for the last year. Obviously, his transfer fell apart with Bayern, and probably what happened now. He still deserves a move to a bigger club. Probably will, even if it's not in January. Will be in the summer. So I ended up with a player that can play both, which is Chalobah from Chelsea. We're on about getting rid of him anyways. He's not getting into our team pretty much ever. He's played a lot at both centre back and CDM. Can play both decently well. I think he'd fit their team pretty well.
I can see it. I absolutely can do that.
Fair enough.
That'd be a really good signing for them.
Next is Bournemouth. Jamie, you want to start off?
I think they need a left back, especially if Rico Henry's injured or falling out of favour. Whatever's happened with him.
The Rico Henry that plays for Brentford. Him being out of favour probably will affect Bournemouth.
Because he doesn't talk about him.
Yep. I've gone Matt Target, and I'm going to stop speaking now.
That's going to be a clip.
Okay. Have you?
I went for Rico Henry. No, I didn't. I went for another left back. Well, more of a centre back, left back hybrid. Mainly because Lloyd Kelly is rumoured to leave at the end of the season. His contract runs out, and I think they can get a replacement in from him. Jacob Greaves from Hull, similar sort of player, really good, young, and they sign a lot of young players like Scott and Zabani and Aarons and these sort of players. I think it suits.
Yeah, fair enough. I was looking at the Bournemouth line and I'm thinking they're going to need a replacement for when Ivan Toney leaves. I think Bournemouth.
I'm going to piss in your mouth.
I think Bournemouth need a bit of help on the attack. I was looking kind of across it, and I think they've got decent players, but I was looking at the wing or maybe attacking mid or even maybe striker. So I went with a bit more of a versatile attacker who's been playing really well this season in the Championship, which is Adam Armstrong from Southampton.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of goals, a lot of assists, quite versatile. He's played on the wing, he's played up front. He's been doing decently well. Didn't do so well last time he was in the Premier League, but give him another chance. Bournemouth feels like a team he could perform at.
Probably won't cost too much as well.
He's been playing well, and it's for Southampton. They like to get a lot of money for their players.
I think that's a rivalry, is it not? Bournemouth, Southampton?
They're both down south, and that's about all I know.
Both on the south coast.
Yeah, it's a very basic one, but it is one.
No.
Yeah, but so they'll probably overcharge maybe 30-40 mil. But
yes, indeed. Please raid Southampton, Ipswich, and Leicester. No reason.
But yeah, that's where I went with that one.
Coolio.
Next is Wolves.
Wolverhampton. Broya on loan.
Interesting.
Makes sense. Cunha's not that good.
That's true.
They can do with
We've
it.
got Wang Hee-chan now once he comes back.
If you play Neto, Broya, Hong Hee-chan, I think that's really good. It's good for Gary O'Neill. It's good for finances.
It's great for Chelsea.
Great
Because it means we don't have to have Broja in our team anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also went with an attacking player, but not necessarily a striker. I went with a bit more of a versatile one and went down the line of Wolves like to sign Portuguese players, which doesn't seem to ever go away. I went with Ricardo Horta from Braga. He's a solid performer in Liga North. I looked at a couple of other players like Rafa from Benfica and Pedro Gonçalves, but
They'd both be too much.
yeah, and they're both playing for teams right now that are competing for the title. Braga aren't.
And Champions League, I think.
Yeah, I could see Horta doing well at Wolves, and I think it'd just give him a bit more security to allow Hwang Hee-chan to go forward more when he's back, and to give Neto some support.
That's extremely realistic because he's Portuguese.
You have both missed a trick because Craig Dawson is one of their consistent starting centre backs. No, so
He's been so good this season.
Okay, go back to Atleti and get Stefan Savic from them.
I could see that being
I can
decent
see that, yeah.
as a partner for Dawson.
No,
Dawson's been fantastic.
no,
it's been really
Kilman
good.
is so much better than Dawson.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Not this season.
To different types of players, I think Dawson's
You
really
cannot
good
have
long ball
Daw-
pass and is good in the air, whereas Kilman is not like that.
You would not. would not be able
We're trying
to.
to fight Kilman's corner right
You're
now,
right,
but
you're right.
Would not be able to put both Dawson and Savage together in centre back or
So Savage would be a good
centre-back
backup
three.
then.
No,
Dawson's been solid. He's been so good this
He's
season.
not good.
He's been so good this season.
No,
I don't agree with that one.
it's my opinion. You don't have to.
yeah, get fucking told, mate.
Newcastle are next.
Newcastle.
They can't really afford anyone, so to be honest, they're probably not going to buy anyone.
No.
But the only player that they've really been linked with that I could see playing in a Newcastle shirt at the moment is Gibbs White from Forest. Forest won't want to let him go, probably overcharge, but he's a player that Newcastle will want to sign. I don't think Newcastle are going to sign anyone with current budgeting, but Gibbs White was the only one I could think of that.
On loan, maybe.
Yeah, I think he'd do well in their
They
system.
wouldn't get Gibbs White on loan, but I reckon loan is the route they go.
They could cash in on him to solve their FFP issues,
That's true.
but that'd have to be like 50 million Newcastle.
Well, they signed him for like 40, 50, right?
Yeah, I'll get like 60, 70 then much. With Calvin Phillips, but as we all know, he's going to West Ham, I think. So that's it was just
He was linked with Newcastle for a while.
He was. I think he's still
Went to
fit
West Ham,
then.
right, so.
I think he'd be better off going to Newcastle than
agree.
West Ham, but
Have gone for Luca Digne. Get another player on the left that's quality at whipping the ball in.
wow.
Dan Burn is playing left back. Not sure how he's playing so well there, but
He's
fair
not
play.
playing anymore. That's
Yeah.
been part of the problem.
Well,
he
yeah.
played really well there last season, and then he's
there you go
fallen off a
then.
bit.
Get Luca Digne and
Yeah,
quality delivery from both sides at that point, especially if they keep Trippier.
fair.
True.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Well, no
A
one
striker.
player's gonna fix that mess.
Yeah.
However, I did go for a striker. I went for Jonathan David, a good young striker for
Solid.
Chelsea to ruin.
I wouldn't mind that.
No new there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Another number 9 to
Ruin.
to us, and then
Yep.
be terrible, and then
I
go to
went-
another club. And
Exactly.
Yeah, I went for a striker. Someone who is probably one of the best strikers ever. Quite old. Not sure if he'd actually go, but he's apparently rumoured to leave temporarily.
Yeah,
like where he is. Benzema.
He has been rumoured to come to us.
Yeah.
He wants to leave Saudi.
would be such a good signing for you.
Yeah.
Lift you up. I don't know if he'd go because of shit, but
Oh, he's playing in Saudi right now, so it can't really get any worse.
yeah,
can it?
that's what I mean. But
So,
I
I'm,
could.
I'm, listen, right now I'd take anything at Chelsea. I'm not a big fan of Benzema. I never have been a big fan of Benzema. I think he's very overrated.
We're not in a fucking controversial opinion.
I think he's a good player. I think he's overrated. I'm just putting it out there.
I don't.
I went for a far superior striker, actually, who I would say is probably one of the best strikers now, but is also playing for a team who are currently in turmoil and are crashing out of everything that they possibly can. And we've been linked with quite a lot, and we've been wanting for quite a while. And we have the money. We have the money to sign Victor Osimhen from Napoli. Napoli are like
Yeah.
they set the manager. They're falling down the table. He's a big striker. Would he move to a Chelsea team that are ninth in the table? Yes, absolutely. We're Chelsea. We're massive.
I feel like he'd sooner move to Arsenal because of where they are at the minute. But
Yeah, but they're also Arsenal,
yeah,
and they're a small club. So I don't know why he'd do that. Ruin his career. Just come to us and be our number 9. That wouldn't ruin his career.
No, you've never ruined a number 9's career in your entire existence, which only started in like 2003.
You know what? As long as you don't wear the number 9, we're fine.
He's definitely number 9.
Yeah.
But it's fine because you know what? The last time we signed a big African striker as our main star player, number 9, he won a Champions League. I'm not counting Nicholas Jackson. He doesn't count as any of that. But African.
Overrated striker.
Who? Osimhen or Jackson?
He's on about
Oh,
Drogba because I
Drogba.
brought that up, and he's just saying it to wind me up.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
You are.
Look at his
You are.
look at his goal output and the games he played.
Big-
No,
massive big game player.
overrated.
And look at the games he's scored in.
Overrated.
Come back when a league player comes back with the Champions League, yeah.
Never happened.
Right.
Have you not heard Leeds fans sing "We Are the Champions, Champions of Europe" for like 20 minutes straight for every game? It's really fucking annoying.
I can imagine.
I can, yeah.
Imagine only being able to sing about it. Anyway, so Man United. Who have you gone for?
I actually went for Tony for these.
Interesting.
They need a striker. Hoyland's
Hoyland,
not good
he's-
enough. He's not good enough.
Quality.
Not good enough.
I mean, I've gone a similar route. I've gone striker, and I'm going to absolutely butcher his fucking name. Victor Gyökeres
Gyökeres.
from Gyökeres.
Gyökeres,
There you go.
Gyökeres.
From Sporting. He was on. I think he was at Coventry last season and smashed it.
And now he's like second in goals and assists in League of Portugal.
Yeah,
For
he's
Sporting
smashing
in the
it.
top league.
So
Love that. Love
we
that.
know they're like going to Sporting to sign players.
That's
so.
true.
Indeed.
I don't see him making that move at the moment because he's not been there that long enough. For Sporting are smashing it right now, the top of the league. But he would be a good signing for United. I didn't go for a striker because I don't think they'll give up on Hoyland. I think he does have potential. I think the bigger problem right now, especially with all the injuries and stuff, is centre back, and also they're going to need to replace Harry Maguire when he goes to Luton. So I went for Gahey from Palace.
Which call me?
Gahey from Palace. He's a good centre back. He would improve on everything that they lack at the moment in centre back.
He's a very, very good player. I do like Gahey.
And they do like taking English defenders from Crystal Palace.
True.
He'd play terrible for them, but he's a good centre back,
Yeah.
so I think it makes sense for them.
Brighton.
Brighton. So Brighton, I also figured they probably need something a bit more defensive because they've got a lot of attacking talent. And a player that they've been linked with recently, who I saw and thought, yeah, he seems to fit the bill of the kind of player that Brighton would sign, mainly on the account that he's got potential and no one's fucking heard of him, is Pavlovic from Red Bull Salzburg. Had a lot of links with him at the moment. Solid defender. But is that not a signing that Brighton have made?
Yeah.
How many
Did you look on FM for that? Or?
No, I think they did. But like, did either of you know anything about Matoma until he came to Brighton and tore about the league?
Nobody knew about it.
Exactly. So
Correct player though. Love Matoma. Brighton, I went for Domenico Berardi because all of their wingers are injured, and he's played under De Zerbi before. He's just good, so I think he'd do well for him.
I'm pretty sure he's playing very well in the Serie A right now.
But
So
he plays
nice one.
He
So
plays for Sassuolo, who are not good.
yeah,
So-
but I think he's playing well, so I think that prices them out of it a little bit.
A little bit. But they've got a lot of money. They wouldn't spend big like that. Brighton, they've got so much money. The amount of people that they sell for.
they
sold Caicedo for
They
100
don't
million.
spend it. They're not going to spend
Well, they've
it.
got money.
Well, I also went for a right back. If that Pavlovic is a right back,
He's not. But go
if
on.
not, okay. Well,
You just said striker, right?
Huh? No, I just said a defensive player. I'm pretty sure he's a centre back.
Oh, I thought you said
he's
striker.
a right back. Well, I went for a player, Yusuf Attal.
Nice.
Very versatile.
Nice.
Yes, Nice right back. Very versatile.
Turkish. No.
Algerian.
Huh? Algerian.
Yeah.
Close.
Brighton do love a player who can play anywhere on the pitch, to be fair.
Yeah,
So Brighton
exactly,
will pass over
like-
us.
And, they do
And
need
James
a right
Milner.
back. They do need a right
Yeah,
back.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I reckon he'd be a solid signing for them. Very good on the ball.
I can see it.
All round good player.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Next
West
is
Ham.
West Ham.
West Ham
Big
I went
Hammers.
for Kieran Tierney.
To replace Cresswell when he goes to
Aye.
Burnley, right?
Yeah.
He's on loan right now.
He's on loan at Real
Sociedad.
Sociedad. But similar caliber of team. I keep saying caliber. Similar type of team. Than Sociedad. And he's not going to stay at Arsenal when he gets back.
No, he's not.
Could have got Timber and go and.
Well, so I wrote this 2 days ago now. And for West Ham, I put Calvin Phillips.
You're a medium.
Yeah. What can I say? I can
I mean,
see
do
the
that,
future.
They were already rumoured with him 2 days ago, but that's fine.
Now it's confirmed.
He's a medium and or reads the transfer page.
No,
Yeah.
I don't really need to say
Yeah.
much more on that
Nah,
because
there you
they're doing it.
There you go.
I had Calvin Phillips there, but it's confirmed, so I figured it doesn't really fit into a transfers I'd like to see happen because it's happening. So I went for another transfer that they've been looking at the moment, and realistically, West Ham are playing so well that it's kind of hard to pick any position that they need to improve on. So I kind of just went for a big part of the reason Bowen's done so well this season is moving into striker because they didn't really have another good striker. So I went with kind of a backup to try and help with that and ease a bit of the pressure off of Bowen. I went for Duran from Aston Villa. He's been linked to move over anyways, whether it's on loan or a permanent deal.
Oh,
It's unsure to be seen, but
fair.
he's been linked. I feel like he'd fit the profile well. He'd, like I said, take a bit of pressure off the attackers that are there now.
Yeah.
Spurs.
I think Tottenham need help in attack in terms of obviously they've got Human-Son, who's firing on all cylinders. Out at Asia Cup, but obviously they've signed Timo Werner, but again, he's Timo Werner. And then
said.
Richarlison's overrated and doesn't know where the goal is, and then it's Kulusevski, who's a solid player, but I wouldn't say is world class. I think they just need some extra creativity up there for when while Madison's out or while. As soon as they lose a player, it's like they lose all creativity up there and they panic. So I went with a player who has played well for quite a while through Europe and seems like the kind of signing that could fit in well at Tottenham, which is Golovin from Monaco.
I can see that.
He can play sort of across the attacking midfield basis. He can even move back a little bit if he needs to. I just think he'd be a good creative player to add to players that can give Son the ball to score.
Was he not rumoured to join Arsenal like
Probably.
a few seasons ago?
Don't remember that.
No clue.
Don't know. Probably.
I think it
It's
was.
very possible.
Arsenal have linked with everyone under the fucking sun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Arsenal were going to sign Messi and Ronaldo, so
Yeah.
no.
Wenger nearly did. For Tottenham, I went for Noah Lang, PSV. Andrew Winger in it. Really good on the wing.
He's got very bad attitude issues.
They fit right into Tottenham.
Yeah.
Exactly. Romero's got that
Well.
sort of thing. Sergio Romero. But if not, I honourable mention for Lloyd Kelly because they need a centre back and they're getting for free, so it'd be homegrown.
I did actually go for a centre back. But I went for Hincapié from Leverkusen. I don't know if they'll get him. Leverkusen this season on fire, so they'll want to keep him. Everybody, especially during January.
Yeah.
But he's a very good young player. Can play left back, can play centre back, and they need help defensively because of how much Sergio Gomez gets sent off.
Sergio Gomez. That's
Sergio
completely
Gomez. That's
different
still
player.
that's
a Man City player. What
yeah. Is it even a Man City player
Sergio
anymore?
Gomez, left back. Yeah.
He's still there.
moved.
No, he's still there.
Oh right, well.
I mean, is it a left back?
I took your fuck up and fucked it up even more.
There you go.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Surrounded by fuck ups.
Oh.
So, Aston Villa.
I went for a right back because either Matikash is injured or he's just not playing, and I don't know why. Because they're playing Ezri Concert at right back.
Done a good job.
He's doing a good job,
Great job, actually.
but I think they need someone better and more solid. So I've gone for Dodo from Fiorentina. He's very good this season.
He's very injured at the minute.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
But go on. He's a good player.
He struggled to get into the starting lineup considering he has been extinct for a good few thousand years.
Just don't do dad jokes.
It was right there. It was right there.
It was there and nobody said it. There was a reason why nobody
Yeah,
said
but obviously I had to say it.
Move on.
Shame.
Move on.
I went for, fuck's sake, Emile Smith-Rowe from Arsenal because he's not playing. And they do such a good... I think he played there before, didn't he? I swear he's played there before.
No. Don't think so.
Smith-Rowe played somewhere in else in the Prem thing. But I think he did.
I know Smith Rowe was recently rumoured to go to West Ham. They made a bid or two for him, but Arsenal said no.
That was the loan, I believe.
Yeah.
I just think it makes sense.
It does make sense.
I can see
They
it.
do so well.
See, the
And
problem
it
is I
doesn't
don't know
make him
if Arsenal would send him to Villa right now with how
No,
much
probably not.
in competition they actually are.
But he's
this
just
season.
he's just sitting on the bench and he's a great player, I think. And
He
suited Villa
is
so
an
well.
incredible player. Like he's proved it out on loan at places like I think it was Leipzig
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a season.
He played well for them a couple of seasons ago, I think.
Yeah.
And they've bought Havertz and used him instead
Well, yeah.
for 70 million.
It was Huddersfield who went to England.
Oh.
On loan.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but he did also go to Leipzig, but yeah, his English team was Huddersfield.
The
But I think that was when they were in the Premier League.
Oh.
Because it was in 2020.
Yeah. I think so. Less said about that, the better, though.
Yep. Move on.
What a mess of a place. I couldn't really think of any position that I would say Aston Villa need to improve on with the way they've been going. So I wanted to go sort of more with a player with decent potential as a good backup to add a bit more depth. And with a player they're looking at buying right now and might end up with by the end of the window, which is Morgan Rogers from Middlesbrough.
Was he a winner?
Yes, I believe so. I know he's an attacking talent. That's about as much as I know about him, if I'm being honest. But there have been rumoured with him a lot, and it made sense to kind of go for a player who, like I said, wouldn't necessarily be a starter, but
I think I saw something about
would help them strengthen.
I think I saw that they had rejected 2 bids already.
Yes, they have, yeah.
But I mean,
but they still keep going back for him, so
yeah, must be good for
figured
him.
it made sense. Arsenal, smallest club in London.
I went for good thing Chris in here. Because
I said smallest.
West Ham. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know what's
It's
going on.
It's
I'm
okay.
a bit-
It's okay.
So I went for Douglas Luiz for Arsenal.
Interesting. He has been rumoured.
I feel like a double pivot of Rice and Douglas Luiz behind Odegaard.
That does sound disgusting.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Douglas Luiz is very inconsistent though. Like he's been very good this season. However, look at him. Like look at his look at what he was like in previous seasons. This season, incredible. Don't get me wrong, but previous seasons he scores 1 or 2 worldies a season. That's it.
Previous seasons, I didn't really know who he was, to be honest. But this season has been on fire, so.
Well, he was getting game time at Villa last season and was not good.
But we all know who the manager was for that. Explains why.
He's been a lot better since
Gerrard.
Emery came in. So.
Yeah, and if you could have another manager, similar play style, I guess. Arteta, kind of, not really. But
Yeah.
Arteta's better than
Pushing it
Gerrard.
out a
So.
bit there.
It's been Gerrard, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Emery, probably not. Arsenal?
They need a striker. I understand the need for a defensive mid to help with the pivot. They need a striker. They don't have a proper striker. I went for Dovbyk from Girona. He's been a big part of their success this season.
Incredible.
Yeah, he's been very good.
fantastic.
He scored like a 6-minute hat trick against
He's
like,
been
a team.
He's been unreal.
He's incredible. I don't think they'll sell him in January. It would be very stupid of them to sell him in January.
It would, but they're also not really the kind of team who, like, I understand that they're doing really well, but they're not one of the bigger teams in La Liga. So they're sort of pulling power. If Arsenal came in with a bid, I imagine the player would be more likely to be like, I want to go there. I want to go to the Premier League. I want to play in the Champions League.
If you're running in the La Liga, that's...
They're not going to, because the season that they've come in on fire, Real Madrid are out of this world.
Yeah. Because
Bellingham.
Not just Bellingham. A lot of their players have been unreal.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What did you go for?
I've gone for a left back because Zinchenko is so suspect defensively. So I've gone for David Raum from Leipzig. I think he's solid both sides of the ball.
They do already have Timber.
Who's more of a centre back?
Yeah.
They signed him to be a fullback, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that was stupid.
Yeah.
But
well, it's the way they play.
I reckon they need a proper out and out left back that can defend properly and also attack. Zinchenko is incredible on the ball and going forward. He can't defend.
To be fair, they have a lot of their issues this season have come from him being targeted by other teams.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
I guess that makes sense.
Fair. City?
City.
What does City need? They don't need anything.
Well,
they don't need to buy any players. In
I
fact, they
would
should
say
really stop buying players.
I can point out 2 weaknesses in the City lineup. Back up for Rodri. Because when Rodri's not there...
Fair.
I mean, I was going to say they're shit, but they're not. When Rodri's not there, they don't do as well.
Yeah. True.
And a little proper left back, because Gvardiol isn't a left back, Ake is not a left back, Sergio Gomez is shite.
The way they play though, pushing their right back forward, it basically turns into a back three, and
but I feel
other person is a centre back, so it just really
I feel like
works.
if they do the same thing that we did last season with Stones playing right back or a Kanji, do the same thing on the side. Hence why I put Alphonso Davies in, because unreal.
Yeah.
That's so scary to think about.
Yeah, he is disgustingly good.
But in that City lineup,
The The only thing I would say, as much as it has worked out for City because of how good they are, anyways. Remember when they first signed Haaland and he was playing unreal, but the rest of the team played worse because they had to change the way they played to fit him?
Yeah.
I feel like their defence would have a similar issue if they signed a left back because of the fact that the way that their left back plays right now, with that, coming into the middle role, switching into a back three and stuff like that. If they signed an actual left back, either he's going to go into their system and not be able to play as a centre back, especially if it was someone like Alphonso Davies, who's much more of an attacking left back than he is defensive, or they're going to switch their defensive system to fit that, and it's going to make the defence worse overall. With Haaland coming in
Exactly,
and
so
changing
do it, City.
No, I agree that you should do it on that basis. When they brought Haaland in, the rest of the team kind of weren't performing as well because they changed the system, and it took them a while to get used to playing with Haaland in the team. But that didn't matter as much because Haaland's a robot and was scoring 70 goals a week, right? I think it would make more of a difference if they changed the defence.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I'd say.
Yeah.
But also, Alphonso Davies is world class, so and it's Pep Guardiola. It'd probably make it work.
Yeah.
100%.
So, I after saying all that, I did go for a defender, but not on that same basis. I went for a defender because I think while Kyle Walker has been the best right back in the league for a good while, he's getting a bit old now. I can just see him coming towards the end of his City career soon. There's been a lot of rumours about him leaving over the last year or so
He's made
because
quite
of
a lot
that.
of mistakes recently as well.
Yeah. So I went for Di Lorenzo from Napoli. He's a world class right back for a Napoli team that, as I said earlier, are not doing great right now. It'd be a big move
He
for
is
him.
the same age as Walker, though.
Is he?
I think so. I think Di Lorenzo's 33. I believe.
Really?
Could be-
I mean,
could be
he's
30s.
been on fire right now, and I think he'd fit the City system well because he is also a player who can get forward and do really well there.
Might be wrong about his age.
But it was more so I couldn't think of any. He's 30. I couldn't think of any player that any player I could think of where I'm like, oh no, that's a player who could realistically do something for Man City. Is the likes of Mbappe, and there's no point in me going for players like that. I think it's a bit harder to get someone who can actually fit into the City lineup. So I just thought about what they might want to replace, and the only player that has had big rumours of wanting to leave or maybe leaving is Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
So that's the best stuff.
I couldn't really think of anything, so I just kind of put in my little notes. Block it, go nuts, go get Valverde from Real. It's never going to happen.
Oh, God.
But can you imagine Valverde in that team as well?
I don't want to.
He's a bit similar to Bernardo Silva.
He's more versatile.
He's more versatile.
Oh,
He'll be able to play that defensive
They
role.
played Bernardo Silva in fucking left.
Well, yeah, they did, didn't they?
But still.
Yeah, that'd be disgusting.
Yeah.
I really hate that. I
couldn't-
really hate that you've even put that in my head, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't think of what
let's
else.
Let's move
Yeah. Liverpool. Top of the league right now.
Yes. I've gone for a left back. Robertson's very injury prone lately. I'm getting on a bit. Simicas, he's alright.
Yeah.
But I reckon you should go out and get Leaf Davis. What you shaking your head at? He's 24. He's got 13 assists already in the championship this season.
Okay.
And in their promotion season last year, got 14 assists and 3 goals. And they finished second. And they've come up and they're currently second in the championship right now.
Okay. How old is he?
20. I literally said 24.
Sorry.
I mean, look, in general, I'd be like, that's not a player good enough to get into the Liverpool
Yeah, but
lineup.
look
However,
at Robertson.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you signed Robertson from Hull,
That's true.
and then he came in and
That's very quiet, actually.
became one of the best left backs in the world. So
Apologies.
you're probably the only team I'm not going to go, that's stupid. So
He's been on fire for like 3-4 seasons now. And I'm surprised he's not being rumoured at more places.
I'm just worried about the way we play now. Is he good enough to be that sitting centre back, left sider?
If
He is quite.
you would go back to your old system with the left back bombing up and down as well as the right back with him in, because he'd be able to do that.
That sort of pushes back on Trent's ability to be the hybrid, I think. I mean, he still can do a good job in right back, but I think he's settled now as that sort of role, and I don't think Klopp's going to change it. But I see where you're coming from, and I would probably.
He can play right back. And
I've got
right
Conor
wing.
Bradley though, so I don't think he's gonna. I mean, I can see him if we sell him. I guess I'd love to take Davies in, but I've got Gomez, who's really good at left back at the minute.
Someone should take Leif Davies because he's been incredible for a few seasons now.
Fair enough. Yeah, good shout.
And he
Really
came
good
from
shout.
Leeds, so you know what signing.
No, I know that. That's why I
you
said
know
it.
what signing Leeds products does for you.
Hmm?
Do you not remember half of the players you've signed from Leeds?
Didn't they have Patrick Bamford?
Liverpool.
No,
Yeah. No.
No.
Fuck no. I mean Milner.
Milner. A few other names.
David James.
No, there's one
Few
name
other
that
names.
I'm definitely just not going to mention.
David James.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's a wanker,
Yeah.
and I refuse to say his name. You know who
It rhymes with Carrie Hewell.
Shit.
Mm.
Yeah, what a shout.
Didn't you sign Fowler from us, or was that the other way around?
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Who have you gone for?
I went for Inacio, centre back.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know what's happened to me. My brain's going. I went for Inacio because it's good. We need a centre back because Van Dijk and Kanata can't do it by themselves anymore.
Fair enough.
And
I see that.
aging.
I thought more along the lines that you could do with a bit more solidity in midfield. Obviously, you changed it to a whole new midfield, which makes sense. You also keep playing Gakpo there, so. Sorry, Sakpo. So you obviously.
Thank you.
He was about to step in there. And be like, actually,
So obviously, I think you need a bit more solidity there. Player who's been playing well this season, and you've been linked with Coop Miners or Coop
You have.
Miners. I don't know how you say his name from Atlanta.
yeah. How is Dutch? So.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I did check for it.
I
How do
don't
you say his
know.
name?
It's Coop Miners.
I've not got a clue on that one.
Not good enough, is it really? It's what we brought you in for, and it's not good enough.
Come on, man.
Sorry, brought me in expertise in Dutch.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why we brought you in. Yeah. I just feel like he fits the profile of a decent midfielder to kind of solidify you a bit.
Yeah.
I think Endo's been playing well, but and obviously, McAllister and Sean Slive both been fantastic, but
Yeah. I mean, solidity in that area would be welcome.
yeah, because I think all of your backups for your centre mids right now are much more attacking than they are defensive. With you playing Gakpo there and with Elliot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, who? Who?
Gakpo.
Thank you.
No, you didn't. That's a disaster.
But yeah, that's all 20 teams.
That took a while.
It did.
Yep.
I'm definitely gonna have to cut down some stuff. But,
Yeah, that's fine.
But we move.
Right. I've heard that Jamie has a really controversial.
Yes.
topic.
So this is a section we were going to do it last week. We didn't have time. We probably don't have time this week. We're going to do it anyways.
Yeah, anyway.
A section that I like to call "What the fuck are you on about?" Where either one of us or a guest brings in a controversial opinion and we chat shit about it for a bit. Basically, that's it. We just like controversy.
I'm excited for this. 'Cause
So
the amount of shit that's been talking the whole
So-
podcast.
so Jamie, what the fuck are you on about?
Kevin De Bruyne
Oh,
is
this is not a
the
good
best midfielder to ever grace the Premier League.
Okay, he's not, but that's fine.
I say this to a Chelsea and a Liverpool fan.
Look, Kevin De Bruyne certainly has a shout. I think, especially as the years have gone on, he's been fantastic. And technique-wise, there's not many players that can pass like he.
He's not won the player of the month, so can't be.
Yeah, he's the player of the month. So
it's
How
irrelevant.
many Premier Leagues did Gerrard win?
yeah, okay. Look at the players Gerrard was surrounded by, and then look at the players that De Bruyne has
Thank
been
you,
surrounded
thank
by.
you. Yeah.
Liverpool was shit. Of
So
course, Gerrard
you're,
didn't.
so
win
you're
it.
saying Gerrard's the best
You
thing?
know, geez.
Gerrard's better than De Bruyne, yeah.
No, fuck off.
In
is
second
he?
place.
No, he's not.
What behind
And
him?
Frank Lampard won Premier League trophies. Where's your argument there?
Still there.
Kevin De
So
Bruyne,
you tell- okay,
Kevin
so-
De Bruyne, the passing assist masterclass player that he is, has one more assist than Frank
So-
Lampard, who was a poacher.
Also,
Frank Lampard is the highest scoring midfielder in Premier League history. Steven Gerrard carried his team to a Champions League.
and also, you're telling me that Gerrard would not win what De Bruyne's won in that team?
You said
Absolutely
that.
would.
Absolutely would.
I didn't say that though, did I?
So, well, you said he was better, actually. So,
He is.
okay.
When De Bruyne plays in that City team, they are truly just unstoppable.
And when De Bruyne doesn't play in that City team, they're still pretty much unstoppable.
Pretty much. But when he is in the team, they are.
When Steven
definitely.
Gerrard wasn't in that Liverpool team, they were terrible.
Yeah.
When Frank Lampard wasn't in the Chelsea team, our goal output, our assist output, all of the creative attacking output went down. And even later on in his career, he started dropping back and did a decent job defensively.
True, I
Gerrard.
really enjoyed Lampard's time at City. Especially that goal he scored against Chelsea.
What is it?
Oh, so we're proving your point by talking about more things that Lampard did well. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do that. Kevin De Bruyne is fantastic. Maybe if he had a few more seasons of really being at the top of his game, I think you'd have an argument. But Lampard and Gerrard are both better.
He's one of the best
Yes.
I've ever seen.
I'd maybe put him third. I'd probably put him third.
Maybe fourth, depending on.
Who you
I think
scores.
Who would
He's
you
better
cannot
than
put a
Scholes.
man who sucks toes ahead of anybody.
What? Hang on.
Have you not
have
seen
you
the
not
video?
I've not, and I don't want to.
Paul Scholes sucks his daughter's
Well, he
toes.
doesn't suck a
Fuck
toes. He's
off.
biting the toenails off. It's worse.
Oh.
But
Yeah, like
but look, that's
Oh,
not
yeah,
he's not in the
Yeah,
argument.
yeah,
That's the
He's
point.
nowhere close.
outside of that. He's not as good of a player as De Bruyne is.
Yeah, that's.
Scholes was always third out of those three, and is worse than De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I think De Bruyne is better than the other options. I think Lampard and Gerrard are both better.
De Bruyne passes the ball and strikes the ball better than both of them.
Absolutely, the fuck not.
Passes the ball, maybe.
Why do we? Gerrard and Lampard, the whole generation of people like us, when we strike a ball, we shout Gerrard, Rooney, Lampard. We don't shout De Bruyne.
I shout Lewis Cook.
Yeah, but
That says all we need to know.
you are a fucking.
Wow.
So essentially, what we've settled on here is that Jamie's wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, so marginally because
Look, I get the argument, and I think there is an argument there for him. I just don't think it's correct.
It is, and will be even more correct if he sticks about for a few seasons.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
A few more
To be
seasons.
fair, he's going to stick about for a few seasons and play another 10 games because he'll be injured the whole time.
Well,
But,
I mean,
yeah.
we'll see if he's still at City because they're going to get, hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. See if he stays at City when they're in League Two.
Definitely not.
Well, I think that'll do for that conversation. Quiz.
Quiz.
This time. Do you know quiz this week?
It is. It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Shall I swap?
Yeah, we'll do the same as last week. If you two can swap places.
Welcome to my quiz.
Yeah, you're a lefty.
They've made up.
That's
fine.
horrible.
They made up.
That
it's
is
fine.
horrible.
Even.
There you go. It's fucking awkward as all.
No, if I want to carry on with this, actually.
Yeah.
So
Do you know one?
no, don't touch me. Let's begin. So we need like a tense music or something.
Are we doing buzzer noises?
Yeah, there's buzzer noises.
Me.
Not your buzzer noise.
Yeah, it's
Me.
my buzzer nose. Me.
All right, very original. Just staring to the distance. All right,
Yeah,
I'm going to be
we're
able to
staring
tell.
to the
Just
distance.
silent.
If I'm silent, that's my button. No.
You're not going to be silent, are you?
Super Frank.
Huh?
Super Frank.
Super Frank.
Yeah,
or
best
me?
midfielder in Premier League history.
We've just been through this.
De Bruyne club.
No, Gerard. Anyway, so question number 1. Which one of the following 3 teams has not won the European Championship? Denmark, Belgium, Greece.
Super Frank. Belgium.
Correct.
I knew Greece had won it. I wasn't sure
Yeah, I
about
knew for a fact Greece.
about
had.
Denmark, but I'm pretty sure Belgium haven't won anything.
Greece has
despite
won
the
like
golden generation.
no, it was like 2000 and somewhat for Greece. Can't remember when. But
Alright, 1-0 to Jordan. So this is one where I described who I am and you got to guess the player that I am. So,
Who am I? If
who
you
am
will.
I? Yes.
oh,
I have played for Chelsea and spent time playing in Turkey. I've been crowned African Footballer of the Year 4
Hakim
times.
Ziyech.
Me. Your buzzer, mate.
Me, Hakim Ziyech.
No. African Footballer of the Year 4 times.
Super Frank. Didier Drogba.
Nope. And the Africa Cup of Nations twice.
Me, Salah.
Nope.
Super Frank.
Who's
John
he
Over
playing?
Mikel.
Nope. Salah didn't play in Turkey. Played in Switzerland.
Oh shit, no, I didn't. Did it? I was stuck on the African.
Have you got any more than that, or is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
Me, Michael Essien.
Nope.
Super Frank. Victor Moses.
Nope. I don't know what kind of hints I can give you.
Can you read them out again?
So, played for Chelsea, spent time playing in Turkey. Crowned African Footballer of the Year 4 times, and African Cup of Nations twice.
Won the African Cup of Nations twice. African Player of the Year 4 times.
Yeah.
Did about me? Ever play for Chelsea? Me, Chelsea.
It's before
Did he
that.
ever? Before that?
And his period of playing for Chelsea was in the later stage of his career.
Me, Eto.
Samuel
Oh, God.
Eto'o. Levelled it up. 1-1.
You could have put the fact that he played for Everton in there as well.
No,
too obvious,
yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to need your help in scoring for this one. There are 8 managers who have won the Champions League more than once. Can you name at least 5?
Let's do Frank.
Just do one.
Carlo Ancelotti.
Me.
Are we just taking it in turns? Is that how we're doing
Yeah.
it?
Mourinho.
One each. I didn't really think this one through, but
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
I guess whoever names more of
Yeah.
them, unless we end at 4-4, in which case,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
So you got Ancelotti, you got Mourinho.
Is there a time limit before he gets passed back on to me?
Guardiola.
Yeah.
That was mine. Zizou.
Correct.
Allegri.
Incorrect. Allegri's not won it.
You said Champions League. Is this including before it was called the Champions League?
Yes.
Okay.
We're on Jamie. It's 2-2 at the minute.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make sure we've got timers and countdowns and stuff because
This is a tough question to ask, but yeah, fuck it.
It is. Luis Enrique?
Nope.
Bill Shankly.
Nope.
Didn't he win back-to-backs with?
Oh, sorry, it's just Champions League again.
Right. Okay. Well. Bullshit.
Get fucked.
Said,
You can go
no,
again.
it's
you
not
can go
just
again,
Champions
you
League.
can go
Um.
I don't actually
Klopp?
know. No.
It's not one with
Only
that.
once, yeah. It's been 4 finals, though.
That's hilarious. 4. Oh, did he get to one with Dortmund?
Against Bayern, yeah.
Yeah.
How many have we got so far? We've got 4 so
4,
far.
you got 2 each. There is 4 left.
Well, we
Well,
aren't getting
one is
four.
quite
We're
obvious,
not
I feel
getting
like.
this far.
One of the best managers ever.
Oh, Sir Alex Ferguson.
I mean, I'll allow it because I was taking the piss. But
I was going to say, at this point, we can't really just take it
No.
in turns, but we're not answering them. So,
no.
It's 3-2 though, so you got to... One of these I don't actually know who they are, but...
That's fucking great.
Actually, let me Google it.
and it's definitely just Champions League.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Oh, what's his name?
It was definitely Champions League.
I can think of one of them, but I can't think of his actual name, so I don't want to start talking about him and then you get it.
Spitball it.
No,
Go on,
I'm
spitball it.
good.
Spitball it. Good
No, I'm
spitball.
good. No,
I won't
I'm
listen. Come on.
No, I'm good. Oh, this is quite embarrassing, isn't it? Really?
It really is.
Should be better with this.
I don't think our Champions League knowledge is very good.
No, it's not.
I'm going to have to press you for time.
Yeah.
At the minute, Jordan is winning.
Yeah, I'm happy to. This is why I'm not saying talking about this guy because then you'll level it up. But
Pellegrini?
Nope.
Wait.
This is
Riveting
stuff right now.
Oh.
We'll start doing a 10 second countdown.
I've got
9, 8, 7, 6. You got to get one or Jordan wins. 5.
Hansi Flick. Is that his fucking name?
No, it is his name, but no. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
right, the
Is
one
there
I was on
Bayern Munich
about.
one?
No, the one I'm on about is the Barcelona one. Who was an absolute legend, and I'm pretty sure got cancer.
Del Bosque.
And that's not the one I was on
Vincent
about.
Del
No,
Bosque.
Vincent Del Bosque.
it might be him. I don't know. Sorry.
Jupp Heynckes
Who?
for Bayern. And Hitzfield. Otmar Hitzfield.
And Del Bosque.
Yeah.
Fuck knows.
So that's 2-1 to
I
Jordan.
feel like Del Bosque was the
Del Bosque was
he should have got that one.
Yeah.
He
Right.
went on to manage Spain though and
Mhm.
absolutely shit the bed at Spain, didn't he?
Okay. Question 4.
So that's 2-1 to me, right?
Yeah. In last decade, 2010 era, Real Madrid won the Champions League 4 times. Who was the captain of the team the first time?
Super Frank. Sergio Ramos?
Incorrect.
First.
Me. Xabi Alonso?
Every time you say me, I'm like,
No, it wasn't.
you're not that guy, Pat.
It's not Super Frank either, to be fair.
No, which is not Xabi Alonso. I don't think he was ever captain during that time.
Super
Come on,
Frank.
lads.
Casillas.
Casillas.
Fuck's
3-1
sake,
to
yeah.
Jordan. Okay.
It's still quite rare that keepers captain teams, so he was like
Right, question 5. There's only one player who has won the Champions League with 3 different clubs. Those clubs are Ajax, Milan, and Real Madrid.
me, Ibra. No, it's not
He's
Ibra.
never
He's
won the
not
Champions
fucking
League.
Who is
me.
it?
Ronaldo.
Nope.
No.
What were the
Fuck.
clubs again?
Ajax, Milan, Madrid.
Super Frank. Clarence Seedorf.
Oh, the knowledge. Oh, smashed it there. Fair
But
enough.
I well and truly jumped the gun. I heard the first 2 clubs and I'm like, fucking Ibra, he's been everywhere.
So you
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
get. There's 3 more questions. You have to get all of these for it to go to a tiebreak.
Okay.
4-1 at the minute. Ronaldo's got 5 Champions Leagues. Name one other player who's done the same.
Super Frank. Benzema.
Nope. Actually, it might be now. This question might be outdated, but anyway.
Super Frank. Tony Cruz.
Nope.
Me, Sergio Ramos. It's just there was just a Sainsbury's
Don't do
bag
that to me.
that
Don't do that to me.
floated
Fucking
behind your head.
Really?
Hint. This player's now retired. He's won the trophy for the same.
Is it
club
only one
each
other
time.
player?
He's won for the trophy for the same club each time.
He's now retired.
Yeah. You got to get it to be in with a shout of winning.
Super Frank. Maldini?
Maldini. Jordan wins.
Oh, I think it's the Real Madrid ones,
Ooh.
but I'm sure the stat is that none of them have won it as many times as Ronaldo. But then I was like, okay, what other team have won the Champions League enough for that to have happened? And the only other teams, I believe, are Liverpool and Milan. But Liverpool have been more spread out.
Yeah.
You haven't had a player there, so
Yeah.
it had to be someone at
I think
Milan.
that might
And
be.
the only player I could think of that was solid and was at Milan that long was Maldini.
Yeah, that's the one. Should I do the other 2 questions? Might as well.
Might as well, yeah, you've got
Might
one.
as well just embarrass myself a bit.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, go on then.
I'm more than happy to embarrass Jamie. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, me too, me too.
I'm happy to
Me
keep
too.
going.
Why are you happy to do that?
Hey,
Funny,
you lost, man. What club did Thierry Henry play for before playing for Arsenal?
Me, Monaco.
Fair enough.
That one.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
I knew it was a French team, I didn't know which one.
That was easy.
Oh, if
Why
I
do you
did
think
that question before, I'd
Mbappe
been-
is compared to him so much?
What is a nickname for Sunderland?
Me, Black Cats.
Black Cats.
We're too slow.
If I'd have said those before, it'd have been a bit more of a
Yeah,
exciting.
it would have
little
been. It
comeback,
would
wouldn't
be.
it? So at the end, Jordan won 5-3. There was one question in it there that you could have tied it up
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Um,
But you
Yeah,
didn't.
my Champions League knowledge isn't
I mean, I suppose you've got a Leeds fan next to a Chelsea fan. Obviously, the Leeds fan's going to have less
Well, you
Champions
know.
League knowledge.
yeah.
If you'd have asked questions pre 2003,
Yeah, well, clear.
Yeah, where Leeds won loads of Champions League, right?
Well, they reached the final once, I think, in like 70.
Wasn't the Champions League.
It was the European Cup.
no.
But I mean, I can't really say that because we won 3 of those. Anyway,
That will have peaked so much on that.
Yeah.
You were leaning forward and shouting.
sorry. Thank you for watching.
No. We can't.
What the fuck?
Not from anyway again, and we'll cut.
Anyway,
That's it.
yeah.
That's all we got for this week. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for anyone who's followed on TikTok or Instagram. We've been posting clips there almost every day. Hopefully, I'm going to keep up with that after this one as well. We've got this podcast on Spotify and YouTube. I'm going to try and get it on some other platforms at some point in the future, but I'm not going to make any promises because I spent enough time trying to figure out how to get it onto Spotify and YouTube. But yeah, give us a follow on any of those.
Thanks to Jamie for turning up.
Thank you for being our third for today.
Yeah.
Wonder who it'll be next week. But yeah, thank you guys for listening or watching or whatever you've done. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.